So, fun fact about Jaclyn, she is the loudest, just such a fangirl at concerts, and I'm just not that girl, and I just can't relate sometimes.
She was sitting at the Jonas Brothers concert last night like this.
Yeah, because I'm protecting my ears, and we've talked about this on the pod, how I'm all about ear health and making sure that my ears are, healthy, but Jaclyn does not care.
Yeah, I'm just like there for the moment. I have a very loud scream at a concert, and that's just how I roll. And speaking of rolling,
let's roll the intro.
Well, welcome back to Poddy Talk, the podcast where we shit talk ourselves. I'm Jack.
And I'm Tor.
And today we're sitting on opposite sides of the couch.
Oh my God, we are. I'm not on my side. That's ridiculous.
I know, that's why I was going to take number 2 mic, so that way it would be lined up with the audio.
Beauty.
But you know what? We're changing things up today because...
alas, here we are.
Because we just are, and we're wearing the comfiest PJs. I've never been more serene.
Thank you,
I had
Nike.
Huge thanks to Nike. Look at how swaggy we look.
This is really just the comfiest outfit.
Love it.
So we haven't done an episode where it's been just the two of us in a while because we've had a lot of guests recently.
Yeah, it's nice. I kind of like having guests to not only hear their insights and spice things up, but then sometimes it's nice to just take it back to our beginnings and just have the two of us and just catch up on
the OG.
Our lives. And we have a lot of catching up to do because you recently went to LA last weekend for the Revolve Awards. And I feel like so much happened. I was getting bits and pieces through text, but I need to hear the full story and I think we should share it with everyone. So should we just hop on into it?
Yeah, I'm trying to understand where to begin.
I remember you told me you made a list because so many things were happening. You're like, I didn't want to forget to tell you anything.
Yeah, I guess, so I was going to LA for the Revolve Awards. The drama of it...
She was nominated?
Yeah, I was nominated with Madison, and the drama of it all was that I had ordered all these dresses. So Revolve, when they do their trips and stuff, you don't always get to be exclusively wearing a piece. So if you choose a dress for a dinner, that doesn't mean that you couldn't show up
everyone
wearing
can pick the same dress. Totally.
Exactly. But because this is an award ceremony and because there's a red carpet and there's actual media and press, they allow you to kind of save dresses for you and yourself. That's
that way Torri Webster is the only one that shows up in that red dress.
Exactly. And they have a whole kind of master list that basically says Torri is wearing X color, Rosie Huntingwood is wearing X color, and they understand, what everyone's wearing.
So that way there's not a showdown and you have a cat fight of, you're wearing my dress, no.
Exactly. So, which makes it fun because you get to be exclusively wearing a dress. But the complication of that is that, there's obviously a hierarchy in any company. It's not just because it was Revolve, but, the more A-list you are, the first pick you're going to get at the dress.
Right. So Candace Swanepoel, the VS model, is getting first
whatever
choice.
she wants to wear.
I love Candace Swanepoel, by the way. Is that how you say her last name?
Swanepoel, yeah.
Swanepoel.
So, yeah, whatever Candace wants, whatever Shay Mitchell wants to wear, these A-list stars can choose whatever they want from this sort of...
And I guess I get it, I
totally get it. I mean, their publicists are involved. They have stylists involved. It's like a whole other thing.
The stakes are maybe a bit higher.
I am truly dressing myself. There's not much going on behind the scenes. So anyway, I'm going through this list probably 3 weeks prior to going to LA. And I mean, luckily I was sort of aware of the fact that maybe the nicest dresses would not go to me. So I was being strategic about, okay, which colors do I like in a dress that maybe wouldn't necessarily be the most popular.
So wait, how does it work? Did they send you, here's options you can pick from? Or
no, that's what's complicated. They literally send you a link that has maybe 300 or 400 dresses, and then you send your top 5 favorites, and then they'll say, this is available, this isn't, this is available, this isn't.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so it's a little convoluted. So anyways, I did luck out in the sense that the 2 dresses, I had a lilac one that I thought I was going to wear. That was my vision. I thought, okay, purple, I'm going to get a spray tan, this will be the vibe.
Sure.
But then the nightmare began, and I got home from Banff, and I had 24 hours before flying to Los Angeles.
While shooting a Poddy episode in between.
Yes, while shooting a podcast episode in between, and a busy day in between. And I was getting emails from the team saying, hey girl, so just let us know what dress you're wearing, because again, trying to add it to the master list. We want to give any other dress, because your backup dress could then go to someone else.
Totally.
So anyways, I get home and I'm excited to try them on, thinking, okay, I mean, I'm 5'1", I'm a bit curvy. What are the chances I'm going to have to get this altered? I'm short. These gowns are always too long for me. Even with heels, I'm only 5'1". They're still meant for a model. So I get there and the dresses hadn't arrived. And I'm just...
The joys of living up in Canada.
Yeah, and I had mentioned, I obviously understand it's so common that we'll get things way later just because of the duties and because of all
it gets held at the border.
100%. So I wasn't completely shocked, but I was just so frustrated because I'm thinking, oh my gosh, the award ceremony is Friday. I'm flying out tomorrow morning, which was Thursday.
Right, you don't have a lot of time now to account for any discrepancies, should there be any.
Exactly. So, I mean, their team is amazing, and she said, don't worry, I'm going to send all the same dresses and options to LA. It'll be there when you get there. You can try them on, let me know. So, again, I get to LA, no dresses. I'm thinking, oh my gosh.
Were you getting nervous? Like, what were your feelings about the award show?
I think leading up to LA, I was just having kind of a bad week, so I decided to just let loose with the wind. You know when so many annoying things happen that you just have to say, well, that's my life.
Yeah, whatever will be, will be.
Yeah, so...
It almost makes it a bit better because then you have, like, no pressure on it.
You're
like, if it turns out great, that's a bonus. If it's shitty, well, whatever.
Well, I was expecting it.
Yeah.
It's like you lower your standards by so much that anything that happens just feels better than
what you're expecting. I think
that's
a healthy approach sometimes.
Yeah, I think, like, when you're in a rough space, mentally it's good to be like that as opposed to just crying over everything that goes wrong. So anyways, so I was going into LA thinking, well, what's going to be will be. I am not Candace, and I am probably not going to win, so it doesn't really matter at the end of the day what I'm wearing.
Also it's important that you feel special. It was a big moment. Like, I get it. I get both sides.
Yeah, so I really lowered the standards. I was thinking, okay, whatever. And I get to LA, no dresses. Then finally Friday at around noon, and keep in mind the red carpet, I think, started at 6 o'clock that night. So you literally have a 4 or 5 hour leadway of time. I tried on the purple dress thinking that was the dress I was going to wear, and it was too big. It was just too long and a little bit too loose and it was a triple or double extra small, so I was assuming. But you never know. Again, I'm short.
Different brands also fit sometimes different.
Yeah, the material. So anyways, it didn't work, and I thought, oh my gosh. And the red one, which I just literally chose as my backup, I'm thinking, oh, I don't even know that I wanted to wear that. Because your backup is never what you're
not
styling in your head.
Totally.
So whatever, I then try on the red one, and Madison and I look, and we say, oh my gosh, this is the dress? One. Yeah, and it just fit really nicely, and I think, again, going back to not having a super high expectation, I was even happier with it because it just worked, and I was so happy I didn't have to get it hemmed.
Like a pleasant surprise.
Yeah, it worked with my heels, and then...
And also, red is just like a powerful color. I always love red.
And I wouldn't normally wear red, so it was, because normally I would go for the more pastel-y,
and then
lighter colors.
Also, that's kind of like a taboo thing to wear a red dress on a red carpet.
Right.
But we're breaking barriers. It's 2019, so screw that.
It's true. So here we are, red on a red carpet. And yeah, I got a blowout, and like when someone does your hair and you're just thinking, ma'am, please pull it together. You just never know. It could be really good or it could be really bad.
Well, it's hard too when you're trying someone else out that you haven't ever used before. It's
100%.
like a little risky.
Yeah, it's totally risky. Yeah. But she was great. She put my extensions in perfectly. It was so good. And then I did my own makeup. I was really happy with it. So yeah, like all in all, the look came together. Cannot complain. There was a little drama leading up to it, but I mean, overall.
So it was a success getting glam. What were the actual Revolve Awards like? Now I know it's like it's just like the event of the year. Everyone who's anyone is there.
Yeah. It's really
What's the inside of it?
I think it makes you realize that people are just people. It's one of those scenarios where I'm sure if you were a fly on the wall or someone that enjoyed the notion of celebrity or the behind the scenes of Hollywood, it would seem really interesting and cool just because there's a lot of people there that are obviously quite successful and public and all of these things. However, it's just a party. You know what I mean? Like, people are people. They're just drinking tequila. It's the same old, same old. Yeah. The friends that are friends with each other are hanging out with each other. It's just like any other party. I think it's become nicer that Madison and I have had more opportunities to be around that group of people, because I think at first it can be slightly more intimidating. You don't know if it's acceptable to just say, hey girl, what's up? Like,
let's be friends.
You don't know where the line is, but I think because we've had experiences like traveling, doing the Revolve Around the World stuff with a lot of the girls, it's less weird. I mean, I'm not going up to Candace saying, hi.
Yeah.
I mean, you have to know your place. And the reality
self-awareness is always key in those situations.
And when it is an industry event, it's almost harder to be like that because people understand there's a reason you're there, if that makes sense. So you really do have to
I'm gonna sneeze.
Compose yourself,
Speaking of composing yourself, what are you supposed to do? Look at the light to make you sneeze?
Yes.
Oh no, it passed. That's actually the worst feeling when you have a sneeze and you can't.
So overall it was really good. I think also watching the behavior of people that you see online is so interesting in real life. In what way? So, I mean, we aren't really friends, so I guess I can call it out. But so Stas, like Kylie's best friend.
Yeah.
Super lovely. Like, I've been on trips with her. She's only ever been, like, so sweet to me. Like, nothing bad to say about the girl. I think she's gorgeous, whatever. But when we were there at the award ceremony, her best friend was also nominated for, I forget what category, but her best friend was nominated. I think she was
Weren't they nominated as BFFs?
Oh, maybe. Yeah. You're right. They were in our category. Yeah. You're right. So Stas and the friend were nominated for BFFs, and their table was just next to ours during the ceremony. And then after the category, they just got up and left, like when they didn't win.
Oh.
And I feel like that's really interesting because it speaks to like the etiquette of it all. But again, they're kind of more A-list. So like them getting up to leave is like, whatever, power statement, girl, we got things to do.
Sure.
Which I understand, fine, fair enough.
But aren't there things going on like after the
there's like an after party. There's a whole thing.
Oh, okay.
But I think it's that mentality. You know what I mean? Like
yeah.
I feel in that scenario very C-list, D-list. And so
I feel very Z-list in the situation.
Yeah, so I feel like my ego would always get in my way in the sense that I would never stand up in the middle of an award show and just leave.
Well, maybe it's going back to that whole thing of expectation. You went in there going, hey, I'm not going to win. If I do win, it's a bonus, but I'm not going to win. I'm not going to win. Whereas maybe if you go in with the opposite mindset, it can be a big ego blow to think that maybe, I've got this in the bag.
Oh, we should have won. Yeah, and then you're thinking,
and you have the
I'm
expectation.
Not gonna stay. Yeah, I totally get it. So it is what it is.
But it is fascinating to see.
It is just fascinating to like watch a room of people that is so public and so much a vibe online and then see how they interact in real life.
Was that something common you felt? Was there a lot of like motion of the people like in between awards and categories, or was it pretty much like a formal like?
It was super formal.
Oh, so it was noticeable.
Yeah, I think that's why. Yeah, it's very formal. It was tables and.
Was it a dinner?
No, but it was drinks. It was kind of a cocktail ceremony. Yeah. But very formal and constant. Like it's not like there was
a moment,
like it's not like an intermission where of course people are gonna get up and leave or whatever. It was very much there's someone speaking on stage and then movement. And
wait, so who actually won your category then?
The Victoria's Secret models.
Oh, goes back to the Victoria's Secret models. It was which BFF pair?
Oh, I forget their names. I would have to look it up. I forget.
Okay. Well,
but they were cute.
To them.
Yeah, they were really cute. But yeah, so just really interesting to watch the room. I feel like people watching in this scenario like that is so fun.
Right. Now, I know at first you were also debating whether to go or not. I mean, obviously, I think you made the right choice. Was it everything it lived up to be / are you glad you went?
Yeah, I think that I am glad in the end that I went. I think it's the type of scenario, I mean, no one gets nominated for awards all the time, so I think it's a nice scenario to reflect and think, oh, cool, I'm being recognized for something.
I agree. I think you'll remember that for a long time.
Yeah, and we honestly ended up having such a great night. The after party was really fun. It was great to see some of the girls that we've become friends with over the last couple of years traveling with. So I really like visiting LA. I think there's such a nice, group of people out there. If you find the right people.
No, for sure. That's like anything, though.
That's like any city.
Sometimes I feel like LA in general, and I mean, this is me speaking from an outsider's perspective. I've obviously never like lived there for any amount of time, but I feel like it always gets the bad rap of being like, oh, LA, it's so like surface level and self-absorbed. I'm like, I think you're just hanging out with the wrong group of people then.
Yeah.
Like it's like any city in any Toronto, New York, like you can find those people anywhere.
Yeah, I think LA is a little bit more of that just because it's all about the industry. So it's definitely.
I feel like you hear the quote often. It's like, oh, LA is full of people who thought they were too good for their hometowns. And
yes.
I'm like, LOL.
And that's very true of LA. But I mean, yeah, it was really good. Our table was like all the Bachelor people. So Tyler, whatever his name is, Cameron, is that his name?
Oh, yeah, the super popular one.
Yeah, he was sitting across from me. I didn't realize who he was. He dated.
Oh, wasn't he trying to like talk to you?
Yeah, he was asking me questions. I mean, like we were chatting, but I didn't actually enjoy his vibe at all.
Oh shit.
Well, no, I didn't. I mean, this is potty talk. I will be honest. I don't like this inherent "I'm better than you" vibe.
Oh.
And I mean, that's just a lot of people, but he specifically just had that scenario. Like, this is my issue. People that know they're hot.
I was gonna say, did he know he was hot and like every girl wanted him?
He was hot, and I feel like that's such a turnoff which is why, leads me to my next thing, people like David Dobrik are so attractive because they are sort of nicely nerdy and cute and like packaged well.
Right.
And I feel like, Tyler knows.
No, I agree. I think ego is
if you're listening, sorry.
You are hot, but sorry. Unattractive personality.
Yeah.
That's hilarious. Now, I remember a week ago I was in the spa having a very serene moment with my mother. We were at the hammam spa, getting like a Turkish bath, all the things. And it was actually crazy timing because I just happened to go back into the locker to like grab a new towel or something.
Yeah.
And I hear my phone like vibrating. I was like, what? And I see Torri's FaceTiming me, and I'm like picking up in the public like changing room. And I'm like, hello? She's like, you're not gonna believe what just happened. You're not gonna believe what just happened. You're like, I needed to call you. I was like, what? And then she proceeds to share that she just interacted with the one and only David Dobrik, which we love. I mean, who doesn't love David Dobrik? We watch his videos all the time.
I know.
So walk everyone else through the David Dobrik iconic encounter.
Yeah, so it was really funny because
we should clickbait this episode and just say Torri Webster is now friends with David Dobrik.
Totally.
Love
he would
it.
do that. So I'm
gonna do it back.
So basically, the night previous, it was funny because we were hanging out a lot with one of our old friends, Alexa Losi. She's like an OG YouTuber, super awesome.
I remember watching her back in the day.
A long time. Yeah. We met 5 Coachellas ago, so.
Not that I'm counting.
Yeah, no, I'm just kidding. We met many years ago. Anyways, so Alexa knows David and has known him a very long time because she's kind of grown up in that LA scene.
Yeah.
Before he was even David, she was already kind of friendly with him. And it was funny because the night of the awards, we ended up at In-N-Out, obviously. And it was 2 a.m. and we're wearing our gowns, sitting in this In-N-Out.
That's so iconic.
Burgers. Yeah, hilarious. And we were like, oh my God, we should be David right now and like buy everyone's burgers. Like we like walk in wearing gowns, but I was like, we're not vlogging it for anyone.
Yeah,
it's not worth it.
It's not worth it if it's not on camera then. I can't
Totally.
be nice unless it's recorded.
I mean, we were totally kidding, but so anyways,
Can you imagine? You get a burger.
I know.
You get animal style fries.
I know, so funny. So then Alexa was chatting about David because I think I brought him up, and she was like, oh yeah, I've known him for so long. Like I asked him out on a date like 3 years ago.
Oh really?
Yeah, and she's like, I just think like everyone loves him. Like this is just his like thing. So anyways, Alexa, I hope you're not listening. I'm not trying to like put you on blast.
Oh God, yeah, was that exclusive info?
No, I don't think so. I mean, whatever. Like they're still friendly. It is what it is. So I mean, he's not dating anyone, is he? Anyways,
you would know better than me.
So I don't know. I always wanted him to date Natalie. Anyways, I digress. Okay, so that night we're chatting about him, and she goes, oh, that's so weird. My friend's actually texting me. They're going to like an after party. Why don't we go? I think David's there because they're all, again, like in that same circle.
Yeah.
And I'm looking at Madison. I'm like, we gotta go.
We gotta see David.
But at this point, it's like 2:30 in the morning. Madison was coming off of a cold that I now have. And
speaking of,
I
will move over.
I feel a lot better. But so Madison's coming off a cold. We had a long night at the awards, and she said, you know what, do you mind if we just go home? Like, let's just
Right, and you're staying with Madison. It's not like you're
I'm staying with Madison, so it's not like I'm like going off on my own to gallivant. So I said, of course, no worries, all good. So we leave Alexa, and then we wake up in the morning to a voice note from Alexa, which is honestly need to get into this voice note.
Yeah, why don't we do that more?
I don't know, but it's so iconic. She sends a voice note, and she's like, so Torri is going to be very upset. I walked in, David was there. Like she like sends this whole thing, and I'm like standing there, I'm like, Madison, I'm so sad. Anyway, so time goes on, I get over it. That evening was an after party of the Revolve Awards.
Right.
And it was just a house
so was David
party?
at the original Revolve after party? No, it was a different random party.
Completely. It was the next day at the Revolve Social Club that it was more like a house party.
Okay.
Because it was this girl's birthday. And so they were throwing her birthday, like Revolve partnered with this other influencer who is friends with all those people.
Ew.
So the guest list was really different because it was like 50%, industry people, but then 50% of just like
their
LA friends.
Yeah.
So I walk in, and I haven't even been into the actual party yet. I'm just waiting for the bathroom. I just walked in the back door of the Revolve Social Club. I'm like standing there, and Madison's to the left of me, so I'm like nearest to where the party would be. But it's like quiet.
Okay.
It's like a hallway. Like you're just chilling. It's like a house. And so David walks around the corner, but I haven't even seen him yet, so I'm just like talking to Madison.
Were you expecting him to be here? This is completely random.
No.
Oh, okay.
So this is even worse. I'm just so taken off guard. So I'm chatting with Madison facing this way, and someone taps on my shoulder, and they're like, hey, are you in line for the bathroom? And I turn around, and it's David Dobrik. And what do you say?
Hey, David.
What do you say?
I'm ready for my vlog squad.
What do you say to David? yeah, man, I'm in line to shit my pants. Like, what do you say?
I ate some quinoa. She's going to blow.
So I look at him and I say, yes, I am. I am in line.
But I feel like it was more like, yeah.
I wish I was more clear.
Or were you playing it cool?
No, I was totally cool. I didn't act like I even recognized him. I'm pretty good at that. Like, could you imagine someone goes, hey, where's the bathroom?
Oh my God!
David! And so I played it off.
No.
I was like, oh, yeah, seriously. I was like, oh, whatever. Yeah, I'm in line. And then he's like, oh, okay. And I was like, yeah, sorry. And then my friend said, oh, your Canadian's showing. And then he kind of laughed, and then he's like, no worries, and then he walked away because he saw, like, another group of friends.
But that 5 seconds was the best 5 seconds of your life, baby.
It was beautiful. And then it was funny because, like, he is sort of introverted. Like, he spent the rest of the party just kind of on his own in the corner. All of his vlog squad was there. They're just as crazy as they seem in their videos.
Well, I always find it interesting because I listen to the Views podcast, like David and Jason's, and I think Jason is also hilarious. Was he there?
No, if Jason was there, I think I told you this, that I would have gone up to him because
Jason is
he
so
understands
funny.
the fandom. Like, I feel like I get it. I think David is maybe at the stage in his career where a random girl coming up to him at a party and saying, I love your vlogs.
Well, it's also nothing
just
new.
Not new, and it's not exciting, and it's like, yeah, I don't know. So
that's hilarious. Well, I feel like I kind of get it, though, because I listened to their podcast. Where was I going with this? Oh, about him being a bit more introverted. Like, he always says that he doesn't really drink. Like, he lets his friends do all that, but he's just there to, like, be the director, to capture the moments. He goes to the party, gets the shot that he wants, and then he goes home and edits it. Like, he doesn't have time to, not that he doesn't have time to have fun, but, like,
slightly uncomfortable.
He's on the job. Like, he's there for a reason. Just, like,
he does seem, like, not uncomfortable, but, like, there is a fly on the wall, not actually trying to be in the party, if that makes sense. So, yeah, I could see that. So it was really funny because the vlog squad was, like, standing there. And the two guys that are, like, crazy, what are they, Todd? And I forget their names, but whatever.
Zane?
Yeah, and they're standing there. And then I just, like, happened to walk by. I, like, had left the bar, and I walked by, and I was alone. Like, there was, like, a opening, but there was, like, a few other girls, like, behind me. And it's funny, because as I walked by, I was like, oh, my God, it smells like literal poo.
I know what story you're going to share. This is so funny talk.
So gross. Like, I'm thinking this, like, without whatever. I'm like, ew, someone literally shit their pants. And then literally Zane or Todd or one of them was like, oh my God, that girl had a lot of beans for dinner.
But
it was
talking
me.
About you.
And I was like, oh, I'm not ever going to be in the vlog squad.
You turn around and go, no, I didn't. It wasn't me, I swear.
But then I was like,
that's exactly what someone who ate a lot of beans would say.
So also, like, whoever smelt it dealt it. It was like a man's disgusting odor. I know. For a fact, it was one of them.
David Dobrik thinks you're continually just shitting and just in the line for the bathroom. Todd and/or Zane thinks you eat too many beans. You're just never invited back.
This is truly why Poddy Talk was born, so I could share these stories.
But I also think it's so funny. Like, you see all these, like, I was watching your stories on Instagram, like, just staying updated with what you were doing, and then I hear the stories in the back, and you're like, right. It's the whole classic Instagram versus reality, which is the beauty of life. The reality part is where life lies. Like, it's the fun part of it.
It's the fun part, and it's also the hilarious part of it. Like, what am I supposed to do? Make a story at this party. So the vlog squad thinks I shat myself, and David asked me where the bathroom was.
And all I said was, yeah, I am in line for the bathroom.
It's like, I think the story's way better than it is.
Yeah, so to take it back to my story, I'm at the spa. I pick up the phone, and Torri quickly doesn't even tell me the bean story. That would have had me chuckling.
Yeah, true.
She just goes, David Dobrik just asked me if I was in line for the bathroom, and I said, yeah. And then that was it. I was like, amazing news, like, great work. And then I just hang up. I'm like, I gotta go back. I have a massage to do. But I was like, shocking news.
If I had like even one more moment, I think I would have been like chill about it, and I would have been like, oh, David, I really like love your vlogs. Like, I think I would have like totally.
Oh,
I don't have shame about that.
I'm
but
totally
I also know my place.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not gonna go up to him at the party. David?
Just so you know, I watch your video. No, exactly. I agree.
So
there is a time and place.
If the moment was there, I would have taken it, but.
No, I totally agree. I think you did like the right thing, and I think you played it cool. I don't think you could have seized the moment any better. I think you did a good thing.
I think.
And I agree. I think just walking away after being called a shitty, smelly bean.
David, you can go first.
No.
So I can walk into the bathroom after you. It's just gross.
Oh, yeah, that would ruin the illusion.
Yeah.
No, you let it be. You just let it be.
But anyways, yeah, LA was fun. I mean, it's funny because in Toronto, you would never have these stories, obviously, of like, you know, the Davids and the Tylers.
And then we can just repurpose their names and get clicks and use them for clickbait. So there it is.
And they'll never come after us.
Yeah, they're never going to see these videos ever. Oh my God, there's a child. Oh my God, there's lots of Whoa.
Where are they coming from? Because that's the women's bathroom. That's so weird. Again, the fishbowl. We just get distracted every time we're here.
It is so funny, too. I feel like when you have those moments with people where it is less personal, well, I never feel bad to like talk about those stories and like share them on a public platform like this, because it's like, oh, I don't actually like know them. It was just like a hilarious interaction.
Yeah.
And then it's funny because I feel like
I'm not shit talking because I don't know them. Like literally, it's like a fan running into someone.
Well,
like that's literally
that's what I'm saying.
scenario.
Those stories are always way more easier to share and more fun to share because you actually don't know them or you're not friends with them. It's always the stories when you actually, I feel like, have the true tea on someone or it's like a real moment. It's like, oh, that I'm not sharing. Like, always the things that I feel like we talk about are the things that are, oh, like it's a quick interaction. It's a funny little story. And we're just saving better stuff just for our eyes and ears only.
Yeah. I mean, actually, nothing happened on that trip that I haven't shared.
Yeah. Was there any like juicy, like?
Not really. I mean, Paris Hilton was there. She's so cool.
Did you get to talk to her at all?
I just told her I loved her as she walked by.
You're hot.
Paris, I love you.
That's hot.
I really like Paris. I think she's interesting because
I find her fast.
She doesn't get enough credit.
Well, she is the influencer.
She's the original like celebrity.
Yeah.
Like really creating a brand.
Well, if it wasn't for her, it wouldn't be Kim Kardashian. It wouldn't be everyone else after that. Like she was so pivotal. And it's also almost just unfortunate because I feel this way actually a lot about like not only Paris Hilton, Nicole Richie, like all of those people, but also like the Hill Stars, like all of that. Like they were almost too early. It was before social media, so they didn't almost get like the clout that they deserved because at this stage it almost feels like not that they're forgotten about, but that time has passed.
Yeah.
And there's the new wave of people who have the social media following because it's interesting. I feel like nowadays because of Instagram and YouTube and all those things, you stay updated with people even beyond whether it's a show you watch them on or if it was a vlog that you love them in. Since you are following them, you become invested in them and you follow them basically forever. Like it's rare that I would unfollow a celebrity or someone that I looked up to just randomly. Like I just keep on going with them.
Yeah.
So now it's interesting. I feel like the longevity of a celebrity will be a lot longer than it was, say, with like a reality TV show that didn't have any social media backing it up. Because once the show was off the air, you kind of forgot about them.
It's kind of like Jersey Shore.
True.
Like they were so famous when the show was happening.
But again, it was almost just a little bit
like
before.
A little too early.
Yeah.
And like it's not like we were like them behind the scenes seeing their like vlogs of them at the shore. Like that would have been a really interesting show to have seen blow up. With social media,
No, it's super fascinating.
Yeah, it is. I mean, the Kardashians did it all because they came up with it. So, I mean, iconic.
And that's the thing. And that is also what's so fascinating with the time of age we're in because no one's fully like done it or like lived their whole life and died. Like there's no like end date to it. We don't know what it looks like. So it will be fascinating to see if the Kardashians even have the same level of stardom and legacy in 10 years, in 20 years, in 40 years.
Because what are they now, like season 14 or something crazy?
Season like 16 or 17.
Of the show.
Yeah.
And like the reality is, I don't see that going anywhere. Like maybe the show portion, like they could be done soon.
But not even, because you think eventually you'll just go down to their kids and it's going to be North and like, because what were Kylie and Kendall when they were on the show? Like 8 or 9 when they started? Like they were young.
I mean,
like
the kids are already on it. Like North is already on the show.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Like once she becomes more of like, not a human,
but like a character.
Yeah, you know, like when like they get a bit older and like get it a bit more, like I feel like the show will just transfer onto them.
Interesting.
And all of those kids are also all the same age, like all of the different cousins and stuff. So they're going to be the whole next wave of people.
Yeah. Wow. Brilliant.
Yeah. No, it's super fascinating.
What about you? I mean, I've talked about all this wild fun. What did you do when I was
gone? No, honestly, I was just chilling. Like, it's so funny. I feel like the past month has been good in a sense because I feel like I finally have gotten, I feel like I was talking about this with you, like a good balance of like, I've been taking my Fridays off, Saturdays, Sundays, and then all of a sudden, like 2 weeks ago, work just got so crazy busy, which is like obviously awesome. I love when things are busy and there's lots of projects on the go, but it felt like everything got approved and greenlit all at the same time. So then there was like 10 things that I had like really quick deliverables and turnaround times, and then it goes to the point where it's like, okay, it's like do or die.
Yeah.
Well, yes, I did have a breakdown, but like I'm free focused, but it's gotten to the point where it's like, okay, I've got to wake up like at 6:30 every day, start filming, then get ready for the podcast, then come here and then edit this. And then you're on until like 12 o'clock at night, and then you just like go to bed to sleep, and then you wake up just to work again. So it's good because I do see an expiration date on it on December 15th, which is my birthday. That's when everything's due, so it should all be done by then, which will be great. And I am gonna take 2 weeks off over Christmas. I've been doing this the past like year.
Yeah.
Actually, just last year I took 2 weeks off.
Yeah.
I was, I think, really overwhelmed this time last year, so I like was like digital cleanse for 2 weeks and like literally didn't go on my phone. which was like, I think good, or like didn't go on social media, I guess. I like deleted all those apps. So I like just like, if you need me, text me, but like that's it. And that was definitely good for me at the time. I don't think I'm gonna be as like vigilant about that now.
Hardcore, yeah.
Yeah, I'm just gonna like, I'm not gonna like pressure myself to be posting or like sharing everything. Like it's nice to just step back and have a moment.
Totally.
And then I'll feel recharged for the new year, so that'll be good. But yeah, no, it's definitely just been like, it's been a bit of a hustle right now. And it's always so fascinating too, because it's always like, you do kind of feel like, I guess, a little bit of pressure to upkeep like, keep my stories exciting, or like keep sharing on like Instagram. And it's like, I literally have no time for it because all I'm doing is work, and that's not exciting to share.
Right.
So, and even in terms of like ads coming up, and I've never felt like guilty about doing ads or anything. Like I feel like we're in the same wavelength. Like I'm not going to work with a brand I don't want to work with, and I work with brands that I do want to work with. So, and also I've never let like, I personally don't feel that whenever I've done, whether it be a sponsored YouTube video or an Instagram post or whatever, I don't feel like it ever takes away from the content. It's like, it's a video I would already make, so I'm just going to integrate this key messaging or whatever.
Right.
So I've never had any like guilt of doing that. But now that I have all these deals coming up, I'm like, there's going to be like 4 back-to-back sponsored videos. There's going to be like 6 Instagram posts that are going to be sponsored. And I've been really lucky. I don't feel like you guys and my audience is ever like, look at her doing another ad again. Like normally people like, I think people get it nowadays for the most part. And I am lucky that my audience is like chill about that. But there is like a little bit of...
I feel like my audience is not. I don't think my audience likes ads. I've always kind of known that though. But comment below. I don't know. I get it. Like, I don't love ads.
Do you? See, I have no problem. If it makes sense for the person.
Ads.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, if it makes sense for the person, and like, I don't know. I shouldn't say I don't like ads, because that's untrue. I like ads. There's so many ads that I've seen as of late that are so poorly done that bring the industry down, and that's what bothers me.
I don't think it brings the industry down. I think it makes that person look bad, and then they don't work with them ever again. Like, I think the value speaks to, your return clients. Like, if I'm working with a brand for 3 years plus now, it's like, hey, I know what we're doing is good. It's performing well. My audience likes it. Like, I feel great about the content. Like, and I feel like I've also held myself to a higher standard of like, okay, if this is sponsored, it better be extra good.
I'm the exact same. Like, I will, for the most part, shoot like way more for an ad than I would for just a normal like photo or a normal video. Like, I'll put way more time and effort into it, which is almost so hilarious because they never perform as well. But yeah.
Yeah, it's interesting. I don't know. Do you feel like your ads don't perform?
I wouldn't say that. Yeah, it depends on what it is, but I would typically say that organic content performs better than an ad. Yeah.
It's interesting. I just did a makeup video. It's not like live yet. Maybe, I'm sure it will be by the time this is out.
Yeah.
But it's interesting. I feel like it's the style of content that a brand wants to get on board with that will perform well. So I guess, for example, I mean, I'll speak about this, I guess, without mentioning any names.
Names, yeah.
But there are situations where even recently a brand was like, hey, we want to do this. We see these styles of videos are really popular on your channel. We want to integrate our product into it. Are you game? I'm like, yes, this sounds great. You're totally aligned with everything I believe in. I use your products anyway, so amazing. You want to pay me to talk about it? I've been using it anyways.
Totally.
Stunning news. And then they come back and they go, actually, we want you to do it this way. Lately in our commercials, we use this kind of colors, these products. And I was like, whoa. Let's hop on a phone call, chat this through. Like, I don't think that's the right move. Like, I know.
Like, if we're talking about performance and you're talking about how you like my style, let it live.
Well, totally.
In my style.
So we basically hopped on a call and I was kind of explaining, like, I understand that you are a legacy brand that has like 50 plus years of experience with marketing and making your commercials. And I respect that. And I totally see the value in that. But also, we're doing a collaboration, which means we both need to come together and both bring our adequate skill sets and, mix that together to create a great piece of content.
Totally.
So you need to be giving me my 50% of, wiggle room there. And I'm telling you, hey, my audience is not going to like that. I don't think I should be dressing up my bedroom and putting like staged pieces and like colors and like wearing these weird things so that way it looks aligned with your commercials that are out right now. Like, that doesn't make sense. My audience doesn't care about that.
Right.
That's not, you're putting the effort into the wrong part of it. Like, give me the key messaging that you want me to say. That is important. That's what people will remember. What I say about the product, or like hey, this product has this charity work. Like, those are the things that are memorable, not the fact that I like am using their color scheme as my t-shirt or whatever.
Yeah.
So it was an interesting discussion of being like, hey, you have to trust that I know my audience because I'm the one that's interacting with them on the daily. I'm commenting with them. I see their responses to things. And through trial and error of my 4 years of being on YouTube, I know what performs well and what doesn't. So it was having that conversation. I feel like after I explained that, they were a bit more receptive. But ultimately, in this specific situation, they ended up saying, hey, so we originally came to you with this idea, wanting you to do a similar style, which you normally do.
Right.
But we decided but we ended up deciding as a company, we want a more specific video with you doing X, Y, Z. And I was like, guys, we can do that. I know you initially had, say, 100,000 views in mind, which these other types of videos get. But this style of video, it is a new format. I don't think it'll get the same amount of eyeballs. So if your view is to get the biggest reach, this format, I don't believe will get that. Just want to set expectations. I'm happy to do this. This is still a video I would do.
Right.
But if you're going for the most amount of exposure, this is not the right angle.
Yeah.
And they're like, okay, we hear you, we get it, we still want to do this. We think it'll be good. I'm like, okay.
Right.
I'm telling you the facts, but that's cool. And we ended up doing it their way, which was like totally fine. It was still a video I was really proud of.
Right.
But it got about a quarter amount of the views that the original concept I know would have gotten.
I know.
So there are certain points, and I think that's something I have to learn in business because I am so invested, obviously, in my work and all of that. So it's learning when to give and take. And it's like, you know what, they understood that. I told them everything I needed to. I set the expectation. So it is what it is. But I guess it's also understanding that, and this is a conversation I also have with companies and brands and within ourselves, is that I guess views specifically don't necessarily equate to sales or customer conversion. Totally. It's like I could have 100,000 people watch this makeup tutorial that I do, but if I don't know, actually that was a bad example. I should say there could be, I don't want to use myself as an example, there could be this other YouTuber that gets 1 million views on a tutorial.
Yeah.
And maybe people are there more for their personality or what they're talking about, and they're not really there for their makeup skill set. They're just doing like a get ready with me or whatever.
Right.
And I can tell you, like, no one's buying that foundation. Like, girl's not a planet, and I say she's not doing any favors, like, whatever. And that's fine. Like, it is what it is. Whereas, say, I do a makeup tutorial, say if it gets like 50,000 views or whatever, and it's like I know I'm coming at it from a makeup artist approach with pro tips and explaining the products and showing the value. I'm not just doing like a get ready with me and chatting through a story time or whatever. And it's like I know the value that I inherently hold with not only like my expertise, but also just like, like what I'm doing. And I don't mean that in like a full of yourself way, but just like I know that I'm selling a product better. And not that I'm making the video to sell the product, but it's like anyone. Like it's like how I would buy products if I was watching a video of, I used to watch like Pixie Woos, who are these makeup artists from the UK. And they would just explain the product so well, and like they were makeup artists, and I just believed in them, and I could see like the transformation.
Yeah. And
I just believed in it, and I would go out, and that's how I started building my kit and things like that. So it's interesting. So you can have, say, 1 million eyeballs, but then 10 people go out and buy that mascara, or 50,000 views, 50,000 eyeballs or whatever, and then half of them go out and buy that mascara. So you can't always just equate it to like, oh, views are amount of sales, or views are good. It's like, well, not really. It's really the quality of the content. And
totally. So I think that goes back to my original point of I like an ad when it's good.
Yeah.
Like that's the thesis. It's like if it makes me think about the product without feeling like it's being shoved down my throat. I'm trying to think of someone who does it really well. I mean, I think David does it really well. We're sitting in New York. I mean, we're talking about him a lot, but like he partners with SeatGeek and he talks about it so, I don't know, it's so friendly. It doesn't feel shoved down your throat. And he just says, hey, if you're ever going to buy tickets, just use SeatGeek. And like we were in New York looking for tickets for a show and we're like, okay, we could just use SeatGeek. He has a code. Right. We get $20 off. Like, and it works. And he's not sitting there saying, okay, this video got 5 million views, 5 million people are going to use SeatGeek. But I'm sure on the back end, they see probably hundreds of thousands of people use that code. I think
something with him, too, it's like the consistency and having SeatGeek always being the brand on board whenever he gives a car. Like, I always say this, whatever, especially with brands that I'm working with, I'm like, I think there's so much more value in consistency. I would much rather work with one partner on 5 videos throughout the year versus 5 different partners every single month. And sure, I think it's great to diversify who you're working with, but I also see there's so much inherent value of just working with a consistent brand. You think of someone like Jennifer Aniston. She is so specific with throughout the years who she's Smart Water and Aveeno.
Yeah,
that's it for the last like 10 years. Yeah. And you know now, when you see Smart Water, I think of the ad of Jennifer Aniston, you know? Yeah. And there is something to be said for that association. Consistency. Totally. Yeah.
So it's interesting. I don't know. Ads are interesting.
Anyways, I have nothing exciting about my life. Basically, that was that whole story. My life right now is fully work.
Ads.
Ads and work, which is fun, and I love it. But it is a bit of a crazy grind right now.
Yeah.
But it's good.
It always complicates it a little bit when you're not creating organic content because it means that it starts to fall into more of our like acting roles where we're like memorizing key messages and like especially in the YouTube space. Especially in the YouTube space, you can't just
Who was that? Don't know.
Nope. especially in the YouTube space, you can't just make a video and not have that stuff memorized. Like, do you write out scripts and then try to memorize it?
No,
or
I never do scripts.
You just do key messaging, have it in your head, repeat it in your own words.
So what I always do, I love the notes app on my phone. Saves my life. Yeah. So right now I have a list of my upcoming partnerships, what I have to do, the timelines, when those are due for approval to send to the client. And then I have like a separate note of each brand, and inside I have like my contractual
obligations.
Contractual.
That's it.
It's the R's inside. Fuck, the speech impediment.
Contractual obligations.
Because I'm also half asleep right now.
You did seem very tired this morning. Are you okay?
Yeah, no, I'm totally fine. I'm just tired.
Okay. I could sense it.
Yeah, no, I'm just
Energy
tired.
levels low.
Yeah, I'm like totally happy, just like a little tired. Could use a little nap. Also,
I'm totally happy, I swear.
I'm really happy. I'm fine. I'm just a little overworked right now. I'm looking at my Twitch. No, I also meant to make coffee this morning, and then I didn't.
Yeah.
And I'm not like reliant on coffee, but on a day like today, I'm like, could have used a little.
It's also like rainy and dark. It's hard to like get it going.
Yeah, my house was so cozy. I'll write my obligations, my deliverables. Like, okay, I need to include product close-ups. I need to hit these 3 main points.
Yeah.
And then I know that going into say the video, and then always like when I'm done filming or like I think I'm done, I'm gonna go back on. I'm like, okay, did I hit all those things? Cool. And then normally what I'll do too is say the brand will. Normally brands are really great. They're like, hey, we'll send over 10 main key messages.
Yeah.
Hit at least 2 or 3 of them. So whether it's like this product is vegan and cruelty free, or this product is helps you.
Like it's not helpful to anyone just reading off the messages.
Exactly. Or like read a full list, and they let you pick which ones are the most applicable to not only you but your audience and what you think holds the most value.
Right.
So I'll always say film, like talking about say 4 of the points, and then when I go to the edit, I'm like, okay, these 2 ones are the strongest. I think makes the most sense, and then I'll cut out the other 2, so that way it's not an influx of information. But then also I have those key messages still filmed, so that way if the brand comes back and go, hey, we didn't really think I don't think that one needs to be included, maybe switch it out.
Yeah.
But I have to say, lately, also, and maybe this goes to me being more specific about the people that I work with and really working with people that I truly appreciate working with, because you do spend a lot of time dealing with these people. Exactly. Lately, it's been so great, actually, just like being on the same page of these brands. And typically, I feel like you normally are succumbed to, especially with YouTube when it's a bit longer form content, you're talking about a lot of things. If you're saying one thing that's not aligned with the brand, they want it out. Exactly. So there's I feel like a lot more room for edits versus like an Instagram photo, whereas that seems to be a bit more streamlined. They're like, hey, good photo, maybe change just one word in the caption, but it's a lot of a simpler fix. Where with the YouTube video, you have to reshoot something and it becomes a bigger ordeal. So always I was like, I've got a big sponsorship. I know there's going to be like probably some edits or whatever.
Yeah.
But lately things have been so clear and concise, and I make sure we're all on the same page before I film. And I go, hey, like I don't really script my videos, but I will like say storyboard and say, hey, I'm going to do what I eat in a day. I'm going to include this in the dessert section, and I'm going to say these 3 things, and I'm going to include a shot of me eat. Like I'll let them know the general gist, because I mean they're paying for something. I don't want to surprise them. But lately, everyone's been like so aligned, and they're like, "Hey, like, great video, love it. Maybe just add this to the description. Make sure you but perfect. Simple."
Have you found that you've lost any joy creating organic content? Because obviously, when let's say, for example, these last 2 weeks, you're overwhelmed creating video, key message. Is it hard then to like flip it on its head and be like, okay, how do I just like come up with my own now personal creative video that's like for me and like my vibe?
Not at all. So it's so interesting. Whenever I have a list of ongoing things also in the Notes app. Great app.
Yeah.
If you're not using it, use it. And I have probably like 100 different video ideas, whether it's from like another YouTube video that I saw that I like got inspiration from, or like saw this really cool concept, or just like whatever conceptualized, like something that I thought would do well or be interesting to film.
Yeah.
So I have like an ongoing list, and I have like 5 different categories. I have my food-based videos, which is more like my vegan, what I eat in a day content. Then I have my beauty content, which is like make it be, get ready with me.
Totally.
Top 10 products you need, things like that. Then I have my skincare chunk of videos, and then I have my like special effects style of videos, and I have my vlog style of videos. So like I feel like I kind of have those 5 different categories, and I write down like different video ideas like throughout like every moment of my life. Yeah, whenever I think of an idea, I'm like, oh, that's great, let's write that down.
Yeah.
And what I always do, and this is I think also why over the past, I'd say year and a half, I've felt particularly great about not only like my YouTube content that I was putting out in general, but like also the sponsorships that I'm doing, because I feel like it's just, there was a state, I would say like 2 years ago, where I felt like I had like, okay, I had to post 2 videos a week, so I like would just do what I had to do to get done.
Right.
Whereas now I'm a lot more strategic, I feel like, about it in a smart way, both strategic in the sense of like what will perform well, but also what is fun to film, and what, like you can read that no matter how much of, like I'm not that good of an actor. You can tell if I'm a little more
happy to be there.
Totally.
my God, I thought that was a song. I thought someone was coming to sing.
Yeah, we're
here.
hearing.
The hallway.
It's Derek. He comes in
Jesus
singing
Christ.
Christmas carols. But no, so the past year and a half especially, I felt like really great about it. And so say, for example, this is more like my process. Say an email comes in, hey, Jaclyn, we know you love XYZ product. We have a campaign coming up. Are you interested in including it in some holiday content? So I go back and I go, okay, so actually I can talk about this. This is what I'm working on right now. It'll probably be out next week, so stay tuned on my YouTube channel.
Yeah.
I'm doing a video with a skincare brand that I've like used forever, love their products, it's gonna be great. And they were really comfortable with me taking the reign on it. They're like, just let us know what you're planning on doing. We trust you, we watch your videos, we know what you're about, we like your vibe, we trust that you will represent us properly. Just include a section about this, like sharing the skincare product that we have, but integrate it however you want. And so I go to my list of video ideas and I'm like, okay, what would make sense? I've already done an updated skincare routine. That doesn't really make sense. And like, I use so many different skincare products. Like, that's just how I work. So I'm like, hey, what is the proper way to integrate this? So I go to this list and then I see this video idea that I've been wanting to do, which is like 5 beauty trends that you don't need to do. And then in that list, I'd already kind of broken down the video concept with like, say, one trend being you don't need a 10-step skincare routine to have perfect skin. Right. And you don't need to bake your makeup every day. Like just popular beauty trends that I feel like Instagram, makes really popularized, I guess. Anyway, so I had that concept already, and it was great because the whole campaign when this brand approached me was, hey, Jaclyn, our whole approach with skincare is simplicity. We really want to hone in that we're not trying to sell you a million products. We just want you to buy one good product that works for you. That's our MO. How can you bring that to life? So I see this video idea. I go, oh, amazing fit. So I can talk about the idea of, hey, I know I love the luxurious act of having a million different products. I love doing masks. I love doing this. But it's not essential. If you're someone just starting out in skincare, you don't need to spend $500 on a million different eye creams and elbow creams and like all this stuff.
Yeah.
And then speaking of this Neutrogena brand that I'm working with, I just said the brand, that's okay, it's coming out next week. The Neutrogena product that I'm using, they also believe in having just product efficacy in one solid product.
Right.
So this is the product, this is what I've been using lately.
Yeah. Amazing.
Just buy one, don't buy a million.
Right.
So having concepts that flow in so easily makes it feel so normal because that's a video that I was going to film anyways. And the fact that I got to align.
No, but you didn't answer my question.
What? What was the question?
My question was, so.
Does it bring out you said does it take out the joy? No, because it fits so seamlessly.
No, the opposite. So forget the ads. Cool, amazing. Love that it came together. But I'm saying.
Love the Neutrogena.
Yeah, love the Neutrogena. My question is, forget all the ads. Talk about now your organic YouTube content. Is that content more fun or less fun to film?
Not necessarily fun, less or more fun. It's more freeing in the sense because I'm
it can just be what you want it to be.
Yeah, because obviously say if I'm doing, so for this example of, or actually I guess that's not a good example. Another example of a video that I was doing, say I was exclusive to only use that brand of makeup product in the video.
It just complicates it.
Yeah, so say, and say it wasn't just an exclusive tutorial, say I was doing my makeup, but then I was like doing my hair in a video and then like using other products. So like, sure, when I'm filming the video, I'm more conscious. When I'm using my hair curler, I'm not gonna have the label sticking out. I'm gonna turn that so that way it looks, you can't see a label on the product. And I'm gonna make sure that I'm not wearing a t-shirt that says Nike.
So it's just more complicated.
Yeah, it's not necessarily complicated, but you're just being more
aware.
Conscious of a lot of things.
I mean, that's like that's like Instagram too. It's
like
anything.
Yeah. So it's just like when I'm doing my own videos that doesn't have any brand involved, it's like, okay, I obviously don't have to worry about any of that stuff. So it's like a little less mental, like overseeing of the whole project.
Right.
But yeah, it's not that necessarily one's more fun or the other. That's more like video specific. If the video is more exciting, then it doesn't matter if it's a sponsor.
The concept, not necessarily whether it's sponsored or not.
Yeah, but definitely just like, it is a little more, I guess, peace of mind because you're not, but that's just how it is.
Like, I can just edit it.
Yeah, I can say whatever I want. Exactly. Yeah. But
interesting.
Yeah. No, honestly, I felt like I've been in a really good. I love YouTube. I'm such a YouTube girl. Like I watch it. I feel like I'm on both sides. Like I'm such a viewer of it, and I obviously created as well. And no, I'm just the biggest like YouTube fan, and I love video content. And it's so funny. I kind of had a moment actually, like. I was going through, we had to send baby pictures in for the Body Shop. We're going on the epic Body Shop Christmas holiday getaway this weekend, which is going to be so much fun. We go, it's been the 3rd year now? Mm-hmm. Yeah, we go every time this time of year, and it really kicks off the holiday season. So they had asked us, hey girls, can you send in baby photos? So it was great. So my mom has all the baby photos back at her home, so she had sent some in. Anyways, it kind of got me looking through baby photos and going through like old videos and like the family home video archives. And it really is so funny. I guess you don't necessarily notice it in the moment, but when you watch back, you're like, oh, this is like exactly what I was meant to do. There's this video when I was 11 or 12, and for my birthday, my mom bought me my first digital camera.
Yeah.
And I thought it was so cool, and I remember like begging for these Canon, like there was these Canon point and shoots. It was called the Power Shots, I think. And there was like a pink one and a blue one and all these different colors. And you see in the video, like I'm so genuinely excited and freaking out. And then ever since I got that camera, I was literally vlogging without knowing what that was, all of our family vacations.
Right.
And I would edit all these videos and I would make all these or school projects, but I would like make iMovie like video versions of them. And I'm like, yo, like why did I think I ever shouldn't be in video creation?
That's so interesting.
Yeah, no, it's so funny. And it's just, I think it's just great. Like, I always say this, I'm like, if I ever have a documentary one day in life or something, like this was gonna be great documentary footage of like, and here is young Jaclyn making her first video. Because I really do have, it's like a clear timeline of me
like
evolving into this.
Yeah.
What?
The Kardashians have so much
childhood
content.
Yeah, so shout out to my mom for capturing all that stuff.
That's cute.
Yeah.
I love it. Well, should we do roses and thorns?
Yeah, let's do it. Do you want to go first? I need to think.
Sure. A thorn, I guess, would be, just kind of like getting over this cold. I feel like whenever you have a cold, you're not only like physically tired, but I feel like you're mentally a little bit exhausted, like just moving a little slower, not as inspired by life. So excited to be 100% hopefully by the weekend.
By our body shop.
Yeah. Rose would be, we're going to the Raptors game tonight.
Oh, yeah.
Papa Webster's coming along, so that should be super fun. Kind of love doing like father-daughter-y things that are like fun like that because I don't live with them anymore, so having those like nice
I guess I should have
mems.
invited my dad. I didn't even ask.
Who are you bringing?
No, I didn't even ask her plus one. They didn't offer, so I was like, whatever. I'm sure I'll know people there. Probably should have inquired. Danny would have loved that.
Yeah, so Daddy-O is coming, and then another rose would be, I had a really good audition on Friday. And
you had a big audition. Wasn't it like a producer session or something like legit?
And it's interesting because I don't know. I mean, it was a great audition. Whether it goes anywhere, I feel like I can now acknowledge and like be happy when I like do a good job. And I know it was good. And so that was a rose. I knew it was like really good work.
Awesome.
So I was happy about that. A rosebud would be, I'm going to Share on Friday night.
Wait, Share's in town?
Yeah, with my aunt and my mom and my sister. We have like a big
my mom would love to see
family night out. So I'm super excited for that. That's the rosebud. What is on your hand?
That?
No, you have like cuts all down your hand.
Yeah. Yeah, those.
What is it?
That is an old scar. This is the other day.
Looks like a knife. Was it a knife? What is it?
No. Oh my God, why are you freaking out?
Well, it just looks so weird. It's like 3 dots and it's like crusted over.
No, that's so funny. I feel like I always have like scars all over my body. No, it was, so I was filming a video and I had to film something in my bathroom. And it was like a tight, like my bathroom isn't very big. And so I was like rushing to like get a shot of something.
And you knocked your hand?
And my door handle, like it like caught. And it like, you know when you like know something's painful? I was like, right away. I was like, crap. I knew that was going to leave a mark. But,
and it did.
I mean, it's not, I don't think that's bad at all.
It looks weird because then you also have this one.
That's,
so it looks just
old,
like a line. Okay, carry
on.
on.
A little weird.
Sorry.
Okay, thorn. No coffee this morning.
Yeah.
Rose.
Cool story, bro.
I'm just thinking. I'm trying to be thoughtful. Rose is that I've been efficient. My favorite thing in life is efficiency. It makes me so happy. And because I have been so busy, I've just been, like, this is why I love being busy, because I just rise to the occasion.
I know,
like,
me too.
Cool, who needs sleep? I'll be up for 18 hours working straight, and I just do it.
I think I was, like, better when I was in university, because I was
more done.
efficient
Totally.
because I was doing more.
Yeah, exactly. You have more stuff to do, so you just do it.
I love being busy as well.
So, I've been feeling really efficient and just, like, really happy. I've just honestly been really happy, too. And that's just, like, I feel like you never acknowledge when you are happy, because when you're sad, you're sad. Exactly. When you're sad, you're like, I feel so sad. Life is so hard.
Yeah.
And you're so aware of how intense it is. But when you're happy, you're just living. You're so present. You're not even, like, consciously like, I am happy today. I am happy. You're just like, I just am.
Yeah.
But lately, I've been like, I'm feeling so happy, you know?
Good.
It's just like, I've been feeling good. I really have. So that's another rose. And then a rosebud. Okay, I have 2. So one, yes, Raptors game. Yes. Oh my God, I have 3. I lied. Life is just too good. Raptors game. Actually, maybe I will. Maybe I'll message him and see if Danny can come. That would be so nice.
Yeah.
We'll see if they can pull that together quick. Danny gets his own custom jersey. Wait, that's so funny. Is Steve gonna get a custom jersey?
Yeah.
Oh my God, wait, amazing.
Yeah, he's like coming for the whole thing, dinner, the whole 9 yards.
That's amazing. Poor Danny. If he listens to this, he's gonna be like, she did not even inquire.
Aw, that's so sad, Danny.
No, he's more
I'll
of a
invite you next
he's more of a hockey guy, so maybe a hockey game I'll invite him.
Nice.
Another rosebud is we are filming something very exciting after this.
We can't even talk about this. Don't acknowledge it. Don't talk about it.
No, I wasn't going to say it. I was just going to say I'm
forget she said anything.
Marking this as just like the day because this is going to be an
Mark
iconic
it as the day. But everyone, don't worry. You'll never know what this is.
Until they know.
Until you know. Oh, God.
And then another rosebud. I had another one.
I don't know. The Body Shop?
That is one, but like no.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's it. I'm already over my limit. That was too fun.
Love it.
Okay.
Well, thanks for tuning in.
That's another episode.
This podcast where we shit talk ourselves. Oh my God, the guy that was throwing literal poo on.
Poo man.
Oh my God, he was throwing literal feces on people in Toronto.
Wasn't he arrested?
Sorry, the news plays in the background here.
I saw someone tweet today. I'm too afraid to go to school when the poo man is out.
Well, thanks for tuning in to Poddy Talk, the podcast where we shit talk ourselves.
I'm Jack.
And I'm Tor, and we will see you next
later
week. Bye.
People are gonna think I'm on drugs this episode. I was so dead at the beginning, and now I'm wired up.
I could tell you were very tired this morning. You brought a poor energy into the room. I was gonna tell you.
When did I bring a poor energy into the room?
You did.
When?
First.
When I said set up the audio.
No, just the second I saw you. Poor energy.
What did I even say?
I could just tell you were under the gun.
I was in the rain, coming out from the rain, walking and making my white shoes dirty. You really what do you have to say?
Well, you weren't just like, good morning. Like, it was just very like.
Morning.
Yeah, it was underwhelming.
What's up?
As a partner, I expected more from you.
Oh my God. Keep this in. I want people to see how rude you are to me when I'm just being myself. You want me to perform? You want me to fake it? Hey, Torri, happy morning. Top of the morning to you.
Yeah, bring a better energy.
My energy was great. I just was not as talkative. Didn't say anything.
It comes off negative when you don't talk.
What does that mean?
It's true.
It comes off negative.
It's like it's like what I told you when you say bye to people, but you go bye.
Well,
you end with a low, and that brings people down. Do the Derek, bring the eyebrows up.
I will bring the eyebrows up.
And then you go bye, as opposed to bye.
Bye, guys. Have a good day. I do end like that.
That's a little better.
Oh,
usually it's lower. Bye, guys. Have a good day.
That's just my voice. Like,
but it comes across like I don't give a fuck.
But guess what? I don't give a fuck. I didn't ask. So maybe don't be critical.
You nasty.
Oh my God.
I've been watching Raven.
I was gonna say, well, we watched the interview of Raven. Oh, God bless her. Her real name is Raven, right?
Yeah, Raven Simone.
Wait, so her name was Raven in the show?
Yeah.
Did they make it Raven once they found Raven?
This is what pissed me off. So the same guy that created Raven and Hannah Montana and Life with Boys
made your show.
Are the same person. Raven got to be Raven. Miley got to be Miley. Torri got to be Tess.
At least it's a T. I don't hate the name Tess.
I know, but it could have been Torri.
That would have been so iconic.
I know.
Did you pitch that ever?
No, I should have. Maybe.
And also, they all got to sing their own theme song.
Okay, that I should have done.
I always thought it was you.
It was pitched, and then it never got approved.
Yeah.
She wasn't good enough.
We prefer the actual singer.
Yeah, it's a true story. That I think was pitched.
This is gorgeous. Shouts out to Jenny Bird.
I love Jenny Bird.
Are you gonna keep all this in?
No, this is cut.
Why?
I don't. No, this is not qual.
This is the most qual.
This is definitely not qual.
Comment down below if you think this part of the pod is qual. Keep this in. I wish I was editing this episode because I would keep this in. See, now you're bringing negative energy.
Bye, bitches.
Bye. That's so funny. That episode was such a mess.